How are you being programmed? Now, this may sound like a strange topic, but the way our conscious mind and subconscious mind work is our conscious mind is our analytics, our thinking, our willpower, but our subconscious is the actual mechanism of action. We tell the subconscious what to do, and the subconscious moves our arm, works our heart, does our bowels, but it also does our behavior. Whether you do or don't do something, whether you wake up on time or whether you're always perpetually late. Your subconscious is the ultimate driving force in all of our behaviors. Okay, so now that we know that, what do we do about it? How do we program our subconscious? So I'm going to kind of walk you through some of the ideas around this. So you have your what you're hearing, what comes through your ears, what you're reading, what comes through your eyes, what comes through your spoken mouth, because what you speak also programs your subconscious as well. Who is around you, the people that you spend your time with, all of these things will ultimately soak into your subconscious, which is why we have to be careful. The subconscious doesn't understand what is true or what is false, what is wanted versus what's not wanted. So, for the example, if we say, I don't want to wake up early, or I don't want to sleep in late, all the subconscious hears is sleep in late. The subconscious thinks in literal terms, not in analytical terms. So, when we're working with the subconscious, we have to be a little bit more careful with how we word things. And we all get busy. I mean, our lives are full of more or less distractions across all of life. So when we get busy and we don't self-check, are we doing the things that we want to do and not the things that we don't want to do? We really have to stop for a minute and say, hey, do I need a reset? And that's really important to check yourself periodically, whether it's once a year, or once a quarter, or once a month, however often you feel that it is necessary. And that's the nice thing about resets. It brings your attention back to where we need to be and what we need to do to check ourselves. All right, so how do we eliminate the negative? So that's kind of the first task, like a poison putting into your body. Before you can heal, you got to remove the poison first. And so kind of in the next 24 hours, I want you to do kind of some homework. Ask yourself, what is coming out of your mouth? Is it what you want or what you don't want? So things like, do you tell yourself you can't afford it? Or do you say, I don't want to eat that? Or do you tell your kids, your room is so messy? Or maybe your significant other, I hate it when you do X, Y, Z. See, these are all things we don't want in our lives. If we frame everything in our life as I don't want this, what we're actually doing is getting more of that. Because we keep not only seeing it, but it reinforces it through our subconscious. And the world, for the most part, thrives on negativity. There's a great saying within the news community, if it bleeds, it leads. In other words, we're drawn to the negativity because that's what kept us alive historically. Things were out to actually kill us. Now they're not so much unless you live in a very bad area. But for the most part, we live a fairly safe life. Most of us are going to die due to what we, bad eating habits instead of an actual threat in our life. So start analyzing, where are all those negativities come from? Is it the news? Is it the social media? Is it a certain person or group of people on social media? Is it friends, family, TV, music? All of these things could have those negative implications, and if they do, take them out of your life. If they're family and friends, just say, hey, I love you, but I don't necessarily need to see you every day. With on social media, you can unfollow instead of unfriend if it's something you want to keep a long-term relationship with. And then that way, at least you don't see it on your newsfeed. For TV and for news, just shut it off. I mean, you can go dedicate time if you need to go research whatever you need, but for the most part, it's not adding a lot of value because news is designed to flare that fear response, and that's not something we need in our lives. Okay, so now that as we're taking out the negative, redefine your verbiage. So that 24-hour homework that I gave you, start changing it into the things that you actually want in your life. So instead of saying, "Oh, I can't afford this," ask, "How can I afford this?" Or even better, "I will buy this," or "I want this, therefore I will have it by XYZ date." And that way your mind now, your subconscious is going, "Oh, okay, that's our goal. What are all the things that I can do to make that goal happen?" Much different conversation than saying, "I don't want this." Because "I don't want this" is everything else. So what do you actually want? And for us, I'm speaking from example, one of the best things we have done so far is take the TV out of our main floor and put it in the basement. That way, the only reason to go down there is to watch television, which is very infrequent because now we're freed up to do so many other fun things: read, personal development, work out, spend time with the kids, whatever it is, rather than just kind of habitually turning on the TV, which isn't helpful if we're wanting to have goals. And then what else can you fill your mind with? Inspirational stuff. Books like Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, or any of these myriad of books behind me that are all educational based. And if you guys need a list of books to go read, I have a couple lists, probably about 200-300 books at this point. But so many things that you can lift your life up versus tearing you down. Find a mentor, somebody you want to emulate, and then that you can learn something from. Because you don't have to be a one-on-one mentor. You could be a distant mentor too. For example, Elon Musk, right? I mean, he's kind of an unusual specimen of the human species in the fact that he is just such an amazing producer. But you can definitely be more than what you are now. You just have to want it. And if you're ready for a reset in mind, body, spirit, and income, send me a message. I'd love to have you join us on this journey. Right now, we're doing a 60-day accountability weight loss challenge. I think a lot of us, I don't know about you, but definitely me, I've gained some weight in this COVID period. And it's time to get back into shape and return back to our previous COVID weights and fitness levels and income for that matter. Um, so yeah, hope this helped you in some way today. If it is, like, share. I'd love to hear more from you guys. See you later.